Hi guys, welcome to A Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. Well, we've finally got a bit of summer, haven't we? After 9 weeks of nothing but miserable rain, the sun's come out to play. Now, last weekend was at lavvu on the farm, and once again that was a time to switch the camera off, or not even take the camera as the case was. We all had a wicked time. Unfortunately, on the Sunday, I decided when the others went off for a walk that I would basically just stay and have a chill out, and I ended up falling asleep for 4 hours in the blazing sun. Consequently, I got really badly sunburned and I got heat stroke. So today was the ideal opportunity to finish off a summit that we should have but didn't do on the Cumbria Way, which is Latrigg. As you come off the 66, you can come up past Underscar and basically park almost 5 or 10 minutes walk from the summit, which is what we've done today. So just the other side of the portaloos and vans that are there for a run or a cycle or some event that's on is where we've parked. You can see the route that we took on the Cumbria Way, up, part way up Skidder and round along to Mungrisdale. Like I say, we're taking the short walk from where we've parked the car up to Latrigg to tap that one and have a nice chilled out camp in this beautiful weather. So we are just following this little wee path here up to where those folk are. And when I say there is not a breath of wind, I mean there is not a breath of wind. So even on the short walk, it's still going to get very warm, muggy and sweaty. So I brought my Boys in the Wood cap. Big thank you to Boys in the Wood, who were also at lavvu, for giving me this cap. I'll put a link to their channel in the description, so please go and check them out. They do a lot of bushcraft stuff as well as camping on the fells, etc, etc. Well worth a check out. Right, let's get that summit tapped and then it'll be time to chill out with some great views over Keswick. Well, we've got up that first little bit of a incline on the path. I wouldn't say it was steep, and we're just on a slight decline now, and then there's a little bit of a weedy path up to the top of Latrigg, but all of a sudden the views have opened up. We can just and so see the tail end of Bass Lake there. Got Grisdale Pike, Cat Bells onto Maiden Moor and Derwent Water's just come into shot there. And you can see just where those people are walking up there. That is the summit where we're heading for the evening. And I've got my mate Geordie Paul with us. He's brought Floki along. Paul hasn't been out in a while, but he was out in the hammock last night and he's well and truly got the bug again, so he's out 2 nights on the bounce. 1 night in the hammock and 1 night in the tent. Absolutely glorious, this. Beautiful, man. And we are just starting to get that first tinge of autumn as well. The bracken is turning that lovely burnt copper brown. And it's always nice to see that, it really is. Right, as usual, we shall crack on. And very quickly we have reached the famous viewpoint chair, not far short of the summit of Latrigg behind me. And the views are stunning, the views are stunning. As before, we can see Bass Lake, Grisdale Pike, Cat Bells onto Maiden Moor, cracking view of my favourite mountain, Castle Crag, right in the middle there. And Waller Crag on the left hand side, which I have camped many moons ago now. And a quick look around, not very far to the summit at all. So that's where myself and Paul are going to head right now. We're going to go and tap that summit, find our pictures for the night, get the chairs out and have a nice cold beer, of course. It'd be rude not to. Right, let's get that summit tapped. We have just walked on a little bit further. I think that is the most well-known summit of Latrigg. However, right here is where Google Maps says it is. So we are going to say Latrigg, done and boshed, another one in the bag. And to make doubly sure, we're going to go and tap this high point over here. Right, this is definitely the highest point around here, so Latrigg is most definitely done and boshed. Like I say, another one in the bag. Another one in the bag, and I am sweating. Woo, am I? Let me tell you, it is close. And with the sunburn, like I say, I'm pleased we opted for a short one today, but I'm looking forward to getting back out and tapping some more big ones very soon. But look at that view, man. That's what we'll have tonight. Somewhere along here, once it quietens down a bit and gets a bit darker, is where we're going to be pitching up. So like I say, for now, myself and Paul, we are just going to get the chairs out and have a cold, well-earned beer o'clock. So we'll see you in a bit. Well, myself and Paul have been sat around for a couple of hours now. Fairly sensible on the beers, we only had a couple. And finally, I've managed to get my review of the Axol sleeping mat done. I'm still not sure whether you'll have already seen that or it'll be the next video, but you guys will spot it. We do keep getting a bit of shadow, which is very welcome. It got blazing hot before. Keswick was literally shimmering in a heat haze, I am not joking you. And we've got a lovely cooling breeze now. Floki's made lots of lady friends. They've all been coming over to say hi to Floki. Apparently this is a charity do. They've been doing a, now what is it, a walk, cycle and paddle on the lake to raise money for a children's charity. So there's been quite a few entrants, so hopefully they've made a lot of money for their registered charity. And the views, the views, ladies and gentlemen, are stunning. I've already named everything that I know around here. So once again, time to knock the camera off for a wee bit again, time to go and have a third beer. We're now 4:10, so another hour and a half or so and we will be thinking about setting up the tents. So we'll see you then. Well, that's everyone off the mountain now, and myself and Paul have finally got our tents up. And we do keep getting a little bit of cloud, but it couldn't be a more perfectly still night. Lovely bit of sunshine, some moody clouds, and a cracking view over Keswick and Derwentwater. It's not a bad pitch that, is it? Once again in the Terra Nova Northern Light 2. I've been using this tent a lot recently since I bought it, and I'll be absolutely honest with you, it is my new favourite tent. The Fox 2, out the window. Scarp, out the window. Like I say, it is really good in the wind. I don't think it will hold as well in really strong winds like 70 mile an hour as well as the Scarp does, but as an all-round tent, fantastic. Absolutely love it. You can see I've got my chair there. We've already got the rubbish bag on the go just to make sure we don't leave any trace. You will be pleased to hear I did in fact pick up an all-day breakfast this time, so I'm going to have a proper brekkie in the morning. And I've gone for the Adventure Foods pasta carbonara again tonight. I was really surprised by that last time I had it. Cracking meal. Once again, not as good as a real termat, but for the price, absolutely banging. Tactical duck, guarding the jet boil. If you know, you know. I've got one of my 4 beers left. Baby wipes and sec. Once again, I'm on the Axol sleeping mat. Again, I've got a review either up already or coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. My OEX Roam 100 sleeping bag and my cheap pillow. Usual suspects in there, me power bank, me glasses and me some Blesser head torch and what have you. My Flextail Tiny Pump X version 2 is there. An absolutely banging setup, which is working really well for me at the moment. Paul's just been for a walk with Floki. We're going to be sitting up here where Paul's pitched his tent. Paul himself has got a new tent. It's a inner pitch first, Alp Kit Ordos 3. Floki already loves it. Plenty of room in there for them too. Look at the space in there widthwise. Loads of room. He's on the Sea to Summit Etherlite XT Extreme, which is protected with a bivy bag from the claws of Floki and the Leviathan EV900. Because you're a cold ass, aren't you? He likes his warmth. But yeah, he's got a couple of beers left, all day breakfast, and a minced beef hot pot from Adventure Food. I'm liking the look of this Alp Kit Ordos tent, to be fair. There's loads of room in there. The only thing that's putting me off is it's an inner setup first. But it's super lightweight. What did you say it was? 1.4 kilos? 1.5 something kilos all in, so that's a proper lightweight tent. And the material's really thin, but feels strong. Some nice ventilation there. Let's have a wander around it. Come on, Floki, show us about the tent, mate. Come on. Can you look and tent that? How many times you used it now, Paul? About 3 or 4, is it?
3 times, I think.
3 times? How are you finding it?
It's alright, it's a good tent, like I say, it's inner pitch first. I'm not a fan of inner pitch first, it'd be ideal on a day like this.
They serve the purpose though, don't they?
On a day like this, it's ideal.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a wind and a bit rainy. I mean, I wouldn't like to...
But it's working well for you so far?
It's nice and lightweight, it's great for the dog, plenty of room.
Sweet. Yeah, we're not doing bad for the pitch tonight, are we? And somewhere to sit and chill, have a good old catch up and a few beers. So once again, it is time for myself and Paul to sit down, relax, have a beer, take these glorious views of the Lake District in while we have a good catch up. Once again, I'll bring you back before it's bedtime. It's not a bad view out the tent, that, is it? I'm so pleased myself and Paul have took a nice easy option for tonight. I'm peeling so bad on my sunburn, man. So yeah, we've got the last glimmers of light now. I know it looks really light inside the tent, but the sun is almost down. Paul was out in his hammock last night, he's knackered, Floke is knackered, and I'm knackered. So it is most definitely time to go to bed. Enjoy any pictures on drone footage that I've managed to get for you overnight, and we'll see you in the morning.
I dare you to fix me. I'm crossing the line again, falling on my knees. No stranger to pain, it's never ending, it's only something I can't forget. My heart won't let it rest, but you keep on forgiving. Admit that I'm afraid. If I let go of this pain, am I completely betrayed? There's no air left to breathe. I'm drowning. Vultures are circling me. Around it, I need to fight. I know it's just so hard to let it go. Shine a light I can see. Something I can't forget. My heart won't let it rest, but you keep on forgiving. Admit that I'm afraid. If I let go of this rage, am I completely betrayed? Something I can't forget. My heart won't let it rest, but you keep on forgiving. Oh, admit that I'm afraid. If I let go of this rage, am I completely betrayed? My heart, my love, my life, the price. It's hard to fight, goodbye.
Morning everyone. Quite a decent night's sleep really. Although myself and Paul were interrupted in the middle of the night by a herd of cows, young bullocks, which was a bit of a surreal experience. But the sharp got shouted away, shall we say. Right, breakfast time. Yeah, that's the jet boil on, all day breakfast, so another 5 minutes and that'll be ready to eat. Lovely view over Keswick this morning, out the tent. Paul's up as well with Floki. Bit of bad news as well. Those cows that were knocking around last night, they actually caught Paul's guy line and have managed to rip his new tent. Well, when I say new tent, it was second hand, but still relatively new and new to him. So we'll go and have a closer look at that shortly. Hopefully it's repairable, but yeah, bit of a fright for Paul. First for me as well, but I just stuck my head out the tent and shouted at them Yeti style and they ran off. I don't know what that says about me. But yeah, almost food time. Right, Wayfarer, ball in the bag, all day breakfast time. And it's going to be so nice to have one instead of a meatballs and pasta after last time. Oh, so good, so good. Floki's seen some. As much as I love my real termite meals, nothing beats a Wayfarer's all day breakfast for morning. It really doesn't. Right, I'll away and finish this, and then I'll drag my backside out the tent, and we'll go and have a look, see what it looks like this morning. Oh, finally out the tent, and this morning is not disappointing. Let me tell you, I'm having to use the phone because of the low light. The action cam doesn't pick up low light particularly well at all. Let me show you this. There's Paul and Floki. There's my tent. Keswick looks absolutely idyllic this morning. Oh, look at this though. It's only a little one, but a lovely little cloud inversion nevertheless. Look at the colours in the sky for the sunrise. Absolutely stunning. And there's the culprits of last night. Herd of young coos. Ooh. And here's Paul's tent where the cows caught the guy line. He's got a nasty rip, man. But that is repairable. That is most definitely repairable. And I'm going to recommend Lucy Quinton from Quintcraft. Girl knows how to use a sewing machine. Any repairs or ground sheets or anything like that that you need making or repaired or anything, go and see Lucy at Quintcraft. Yeah, the culprit keeps coming back for more. He really does. Yeah, it's about that time to start getting packed up, unfortunately. Luckily enough, with us taking the very easy option for the change, we've only got a short walk back to the car, about 10 minutes I hope. And the more that sun rises, the more absolutely beautiful this place is. It really is. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Ah, my goodness. Right, time to start taking down the tent, unfortunately. Right guys, despite the amazing sunrise behind us, it is time to go home, unfortunately. A cracking night's sleep. Unfortunately, we were, I'm going to say, attacked by cows. I could definitely see the sniff marks on my tent, and obviously you've seen the damage to Paul's already. So yeah, a bit unfortunate, but it'll repair and we're both fine. You can see there where my tent was. I've got all my gear ready to go and the rubbish bag for both of us. So as always, and as it should be, we've left no trace.
Floki's got the zoomies. Floki's got the zoomies. Here's Paul's kit, all ready to go. And you can see where Paul had his tent as well. Just before we go, we'll head back to the summit of Latrigg and have one final look around at this amazing sunrise and cloud inversion, which has actually got a bit bigger. Just looking back towards Bass Lake there, Grisdale Pike, Keswick, Cap Bells, Castle Crag, Waller Crag, Bleaberry Fell, and just wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'll say again, wow. Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as Paul and I have. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love from a Cumbrian lad.